Hi, my name's Dan Harrison from Pool & Spa TV, and today we're going to show you how to clear a green pool. Sometimes when you open your swimming pool, the water opens up beautiful, clear, and you can jump right in about an hour. Other times when you open your pool, it looks like this. This is a green pool. In the industry, we consider this a swamp. This is very scary for a lot of homeowners to open their pool and find something like this, but there's a lot of reasons why it could happen. You could have had a bad winter storm, your cover could have had a hole in it, something could have fallen into the pool. A lot of the mesh loop lock type covers, often the water opens up a little bit green. It's nothing to get scared about, but it is something to be concerned about because you do want to clear up that water as fast as possible. If you go to our website, we have a whole section called How to Clear a Green Pool, and it walks you through step-by-step instructions on how to do that. Today what we're going to do is take you through a brief tutorial on how to exactly clear the pool, what items you're going to need, and also how to backwash your filter. So how we're going to get started is we're going to go over here and take a look at the different chemicals that you should have handy to turn this pool into a clear pool. Now the first thing that you have to determine when you're going to start to clear your green pool is what kind of filter that you have. A diatomaceous earth or a DE filter is going to do the job fastest. Your next fastest method would be if you had a sand filter. That's going to require a little bit more backwashing. And then the third fastest method would be if you have a cartridge filter. Problem with cartridge filters is that every time the green water goes through them, in order to clear it, clean the filter off, you're going to have to hose it off. So that's going to take a little bit more time. To clear this pool, we actually have a DE filter. We have a Hayward DE 6000 filter on this pool, so it should clear the water pretty fast. If you do have a DE filter, you're going to have to get DE. Now, DE comes in these 25-pound bags here. They're pretty cheap. They're about $10 or $12 per bag, and you really should have at least one or two handy to do this job. You're not going to want to cheap out on the DE. The more you backwash the filter and the more DE you put in and flush through, the faster the water is going to clear. The next thing that you're going to want to have handy is your tablets. This is a big 25-pound package of tablets. You're going to be wanting to put chlorine tablets in the pool pretty much right from the start. Again, you don't want to cheap out on that. The more chlorine you add to the pool, faster, the quicker the water is going to clear. Chlorine's also available in a couple of other forms. This is packets. These are 1 pound chlorine packets. You can get these in a case of like 12 or a case of 24. We do sell these on our website, and these tend to be pretty powerful and shock the pool nicely. Chlorine's also available in gallon forms. They're usually like $3 to $5 per gallon of chlorine. This is liquid shock, they also call it. If you were going to clear a pool that's this green, I would probably have at least 8 to 12 gallons of this on hand because you're going to need it. The other thing you are going to need is a selection of pH adjusting chemicals. Now these chemicals here, we're showing them to you in small form. You can get pH plus, pH minus, and alkalinity plus. You can get these also in these 25-pound bags. So depending on how bad your pool is, you might want to get it in a larger quantity. The other thing that you're going to want to have handy is some different types of algicide. They have regular, this is Eliminator algicide. It's a copper algicide. They also have this called Copper 7 Elemental. This is very good for clearing up water fast, and you do want to have 2 or 3 bottles of this as well. So now that we know what kind of filter we have and we have our chemicals handy, the next thing we have to do is worry about getting the debris out of the bottom of the pool. So let's take a look at the different methods that we could do that. Now the next thing that we want to take a look at is the different devices and tools that are available to get the stuff out of the pool. We're talking about leaves, any sort of piece of wood that have fallen there, grass, anything. There's a lot of stuff that can get into a pool over the winter. Things that you should have handy is a nice vac hose. Make sure that both ends of your hose are firmly attached. A lot of times these vac hoses get cracks right here and it'll suck in air and you won't get a lot of good suction. So it'll be hard to get the stuff off the floor. This is a vac head for a gunite or a plaster pool, which this is. It doesn't have the brushes on the bottom of it, and the vacuum hose just goes onto the bottom of it this way, and the other end of the hose goes into the skimmer. This is an automatic pool vacuum. I really like using these when the water is clear. I really wouldn't suggest using this in a green pool situation or if you have a ton of leaves in the bottom of the pool, because this sucks all the debris up actually into the unit and it's kind of hard to open this and continuously remove the leaves and then close it again and get it all set up. So if you have one of these, it'd be nice to use after the water's clear, but I wouldn't really use it to clear up a green pool. This is something that almost everybody has, which this is just a skimmer net. I've seen a lot of people try to net out, 2 or 3 feet of leaves out of the pool using one of these. I would not suggest that. This is just to take the surface debris off the pool. This is going to be your main tool right here for leaf netting a pool. This is what all pool service companies use. These come in a variety of qualities that you can get. If you have a green pool and you have any sort of debris in it, some people have 2, 3, 4 feet of leaves inside their pool. This is going to be your best friend. This is what most pool guys come to your house prepared with, and it does involve a little bit of back work, which you'll see in a second, but this is what's going to get most of the debris out of the pool fastest. So now let's actually take a look and give it a shot. Now we're actually going to try to take some of the debris out of this pool with this net. I actually used to be a pool guy about 30 years ago, and I've spent many hundreds, probably thousands of hours next to pools trying to get stuff out of them. I think my biggest swamp that I ever cleared, we had 40 garbage bags full of leaves that we took out of a pool. Hopefully this is not going to be that bad though. So let's just take our net. Best way to do this is put the net into the pool as far as you can go, and you want to methodically scrape it across the bottom, and you can get a good idea of how much stuff is in the pool. Don't be too concerned if you can't see to the bottom of the pool, because I really can't see to the bottom of this pool at all. I can see I've made a little bit of a dent, but you can see when I bring this net up, it's got a lot of leaves in it. And what I like to do is just come over to the garbage can, take the net, turn it inside out, just like that, and put it right back in the pool. Don't worry if you're going to get a few leaves back in the pool when you do this, because it's really not going to make that much of a difference. Just keep doing this across. I like to apply a lot of pressure to the pole when you're coming up here right before you're going to lift it out of the water, because that keeps the majority of debris in there. And you notice we got a nice full one here. Bring it back over to your garbage can, and again just turn it inside out. Okay, now that we've gotten the majority of the debris out of the pool, we're going to go up and start the filter system and show you guys how to backwash.